Let's settle down with a nice cup of tea and talk about how you can make products in a clever way using the modular development technique. First of all, why on earth would we want to do this? Why you want to do this is because if you are serious about building a product-based business, pivoting to products, then you are going to need more than just one little side hustle-y extra product. You need to have several products out there. And the reason why I say this is because I've studied and worked with people who have built successful product-based businesses, and I've seen how my own business has gone. And you have to have more than one product. You have to have several products in order to get success. It just seems to work that way. It is very unusual for somebody to be able to free themselves of ever having to do any services-based business, to get rid of the old stuff, to get rid of the projects and billable hours stuff. You have to have a product ecosystem. A product ecosystem is a number of different products all aimed at the same audience. That audience can access your products in different ways. You might have different price points, you might have different ways of working with people, you might have some that are standalone and they don't need you at all, or some that are, you're in there a little bit like a group program, or some which are fully productized services or a premium product that you want to sell a few of but at a nice high price. Okay, settled in? Got your cup of tea? Let's look at how you can build that product ecosystem without it having to take you the 9 years that it took me. Learn from my mistakes. If I was starting again with building a product-based business, what I would do would be to use modular development. I would sit down, work out who is my audience, who am I doing this for, who do I care about, what are the characteristics of that audience, and who is not in my audience. I would work out what problem I am solving for them very specifically, and ideally I would talk to a large number of them. So we plan that out from the start, and then we think about, right, how do I make products that are going to help those people with their specific problem, and what is a number of different ways that I can do that. And usually we do this in depth in my Productize Your Expertise program, and we spend quite a bit of time on this. We brainstorm a number of different versions of products, possibilities, different ideas. And within Productize Your Expertise, quite often people do go, oh, I'm going to do this. And then they go, oh, no, I'm going to do this. Go through different versions of it. And we might end up with 40 or 50 different product ideas. And then we prioritize those. And I encourage people to prioritize those ideas through what is the least hassle. So what can I do quickly, cheaply, easily? What have I already got? What am I half started on? And what's going to make me the most money? So not necessarily the highest priced one, but which ones am I going to sell the most of times their price? I've even got a little spreadsheet, the priority product decision maker, to help you to do this. We prioritize those. And in addition, we go, this one over here, we're going to deprioritize that, even though there's money to be made of it, because it doesn't fit into our modular development. So we're looking for all of these different sorts of products. Let me give you some of the detail on this. You might have some things which you've already made. You've got something which is a process that you use with clients all the time, and all you've got to do is write up that process, spend an afternoon doing that so that they can do it for themselves. Or you've got a blog post which is already a long blog post and it's on a subject that you know really well, so you write that into a bigger version and that becomes a short 16-page ebook. You might have a process that you've always kept secret, is what you do for clients or what you do for your own business, and you write that up and put that on sale as a little product. And then you think, right, okay, so I've got the ebook version and I've got the tool version. How can I make that into a different format? Say a mini course. So you go, right, there's all of these points in this process. I'm going to drip those out to people and make it into an email course. Note that I said email course there, because what we're looking for at this stage is some products that might not have a massive price tag to them, but are simple and easy to get going with. This is part of the modular development. We start building up those building blocks of products that are quite easy to put together. I call them products that you can make in a weekend. Don't make them on your weekend unless you love working at the weekend. Clear out some time in your diary to make them. So we're doing that because what we want to do is put those on sale and start testing out what are people responding to. So we're constantly checking and testing and putting things in front of our audience. If you go through that process with something which is a big piece of software or something that's very detailed and complex and you don't even really know what it is or how to make it yet, and then nobody's really interested in that, you've wasted a lot of time. It's better to go from a simple product and build that up over time. So you see how this becomes modular. You start with a few Lego bricks, try it out, and then you can build the whole fort or Lego town. Some of the simplest, easiest products that you can get out there pretty quickly are just packaging up a chunk of your time. Now, I know I've said that we want to get you away from selling time for money, and we do, but a lot of people still really enjoy spending time with clients. They just want to have some control over it and say, I'm only going to see people on Wednesdays, or I'm only going to go and see clients for an hour at a time rather than a whole day on site. I'm only going to do this online so I don't have to leave my comfy chair. Whatever it is that is the criteria for you. With that, you can build up some very simple, quick, productized services. We start with the simple ones, and then you start thinking about, right, what are my other productized services? What are my premium products? What do I want people to buy the little ones of and then go into the bigger ones when they trust and love me? What are the things that are the more advanced versions? We start with the simple, easy ones. We use those to build our audience of people who have already paid us a little bit of money. And we explore our ideas within this. And one of the biggest things that I find about working with people who are building product-based businesses is, yeah, we all want more money, we all want more freedom and time, and a products-based business will definitely do that for you. But what people quite often, they don't start out wanting this, but what they love is that they get to go deep in their subject matter. They get to really, really explore in depth what they're doing. So you start off with the definitely not rocket science, I know how to do this stuff, write that down, but it makes you think about it in a bit more. And do I really understand that? Because I only can tell if I understand it if I've written it down and explained it properly to somebody else. Test it with a 13-year-old child, adult person, and test it with a 13-year-old and see if they can understand it. That's your first step. And then as you go deeper, you can do the more advanced thinking, get deep into your subject, make sure that you really understand it. Get your brain grinding on this. Think, yeah, what is it? Come up with new ideas, things that you would never have thought of just in the normal course of working with clients. And you go, oh, that's genius. I'm going to talk about that. Nobody else does that. Nobody else does it in this way. And it becomes part of your brand. So you start to assemble your product ecosystem and put it all together. You get your priority simple products out. You build maybe some productized services that maybe later you're going to turn into standalone products or not. and you develop some premium products as well. Premium products might be group programs, masterminds, mentoring groups, that sort of thing. Or they might be a done-for-you service, which is often what you used to do for people, but you've changed the price tag now because it's productized and it looks way better. So you put all of that together, and then we get into the clever bit of modular development. The clever bit is where you take the simple elements and you use them within your more advanced versions. So if you are doing a course on carrot permaculture and you've already done your PDF guide to carrot recipes and the carrot power hour, you can take the knowledge from all the power hours that you've sold and the PDF, and you use that as one of the building blocks of a more advanced course that you sell. Again, my silly example, but you see how it works. So then building the course becomes much simpler. You've done a lot of the thinking of it, which is the difficult part of building a course. And you've got some of the parts of it already. And you can say, oh, buy this course for $200 and you get my carrot guide, which is worth $50 for free as part of it, all included. It doesn't cost you anything to include that carrot guide. If you've built a tool as one of your more simple products, again, that can be included in a more advanced product, either as part of it, or you build the super duper tool version of it, so is a multiple process tool then. There's more to it. Think about how you can put this together and start planning ahead and give yourself a very generous 2-year timeline to start developing all of this. And give yourself enough space in that to do the work, and give yourself space for brilliant new ideas that come from talking to customers, getting your product to market, and people say, oh, have you got one of these? Or you go, oh, do you know what they could really do with one of these? So you can add in some juicy extras along the way. The other clever bit of using this modular approach is that you can use parts of all of this within your marketing. Quite a lot of the videos on my YouTube channel are cut down, re-edited versions of the videos that are on my courses. But people watch the videos on YouTube and then they come for the more full-on version in the right order that guides you all the way through with help and support in the course and pay money for it. So I've already made quite a lot of the marketing material. If I'm doing a guide as a PDF, I'll take snippets of that and the images that I did for it and use that for social posts. Good, that's another post I don't have to do. I find it useful to think of this as some things that are behind the paywall. People have got to get their credit card out and buy those, and then you cut it up and use it in front of the paywall. And that is a really helpful way of seeing it, because you don't want to give away everything just for free, although I'm usually encouraging people to give more stuff away for free than they think they should, and I give away probably 95% of everything is available for free, but people still come and buy the extra stuff and the help and support that they get as part of my programs. So while you're planning all of this out, have a highlighter pen and go, this bit I can use for marketing. This bit I can use as part of my email nurture flow. This bit I can use as part of my sales page. This bit I can use as a demonstration video. If you adopt this modular product development technique and build it into how you build your product ecosystem and use it to reinforce the idea that you do in fact need to have a product ecosystem, I promise you that this will take your journey to building a successful product-based business. Make it so much faster, more effective, and that you will actually get to where you want to go and have a whole lot more money coming in. It will be so much more enjoyable and you will learn so much along the way. This is what I wish I'd known back in 2014 when I started with this. Giving it to you. Please run with it and have a great amount of fun and make lots of money from it. Want to learn more about the art of productizing your expertise? There are new videos here every week. Here are a couple of good ones to get you going.